All right, hear ye. Patch 11.1.5 arrives on April 22nd as predicted. So it's going to be less than 2 weeks from now. Hey, it's Soul. We're going to do a quick read and reaction to stuff. The recordings are going to be really janky because I'm in a new spot with a new computer and nothing is set up. So we're just going to kind of like raw dog it. Let's go. The 11.1.5 content update ushers in a host of new activities rolling out, beginning with the launch of the update, with more to come in the weeks that follow. It all begins with the Nightfall scenario, UI updates with the new cooldown manager, and the Winds of Mysterious Fortune, bringing with it an in-game experience boost and a reputation boost for characters level 10 through 79. And here is there's a fancy infographic. Okay, so when the patch starts, Nightfall comes out. We get the cooldown manager. And from then until May 20th is more leveling. Okay. And then May 20th is Horrific Visions Revisited. So that's a long time. That's a really long time. So, okay, long time for that. So I guess the gilded that I was hoping to farm for early, that ain't happening. And then I guess about 2 weeks later, Dastardly Duos begins, and we take on dungeon bosses. I barely know how that works. Let's keep reading though. Okay, so here's some details. Beginning on April 22nd through May 20th, players can take advantage of the Winds of Mysterious Fortune 20% experience buff to get up to speed with their new or alts from 10 to 79. This buff will also provide 200% major faction renown in the Dragonflight zones, and some more in War Within. So that's not bad for new folks coming in. Hopefully this will also come with like a welcome back kind of deal. But yeah, that's a lot of renown. You can easily like knock out like so much with all that. Undermined factions are excluded. Yeah, get screwed. Okay, during this period, while in Dragonflight and the War Within zones, players below level 80 will also have a chance to gain mysterious satchels while looting creatures or as a bonus reward from quests. These satchels contain a variety of fun and useful items that can grant temporary stat boosts or visual alterations. These satchels can sometimes also include bonus gear appropriate to your level and specialization, and 2-hour 10% experience potions that stack with the 20% experience buff for a max of 30. Experience potions are a warbound item and can be consumed during the event or saved until after the event is over to be used on characters from level 10 to 79. Any stat potion effects or elemental potion effects will not work in whatever. So that's cool. So it's a kind of incentive to hold on to level a bunch of alts so you can level more alts in the future. All right. Also, beginning at the start, players will take up arms beside a new faction, Flames Radiance, to defend the Arathi against the Sereki forces following the defeat of Queen Anseret. The faction consists of volunteer militia-led veterans Thade, Pyremaker, and Milton Wildbrawn. As you rise through the ranks, you'll earn up to 10 levels of renown. 10 levels. That's it. And unlock new rewards. Alongside the Flames Radiance, players will be able to split between task forces within the Nightfall public scenario to clear the battlefield and push back the Sereki. You'll also be able to strike back against Sereki forces throughout Halifal and Nashkahet to continue to earn renown and rewards with additional quests and activities available between the scenarios. So, you start off the week, you do the weekly stuff, cool, and then there's like, I guess weeklies or dailies to do as well. Players can expect a variety of rewards for taking part in the scenario and quests, including new armor sets, a tabard that will update visually as you progress through the ranks of the Flames Radiance, weapons, a new color variation of the Delver's Dirigible, ooh, that's a new one, and more. As your rank increases, you can also expect to earn buffs, which will help you become stronger while in Halifal and Aj-Kahet. So it feels like, at least from the limited testing that I've done, it feels like it's kind of a cool way to follow up on this fast leveling. Like they can dive into like this Nightfall stuff and get some pretty quick and easy champion gear each week, and some cool cosmetics too. So it's a way to kind of give your give your alts like this kind of alternate adventure, as opposed to, okay, cool, I got this stuff, now I need to like start grinding like raid finder and keys and what have you. You don't necessarily have to do that, if you don't want to, at least. Cooldown manager, that's, you know, it's a very very basic form of what we see from weak auras. We'll just try it out. But yeah, this is the odd one. That this is going to come out May 20th. We're going to be waiting for a while. I'm not going to read through this because I've already done some features on it and have talked about it. But it is a cool way to get some, again, new cosmetics. But I'd say between this and Nightfall, this is definitely a step up when it comes to delivering different kinds of challenges, especially for those who may have never experienced this before. It's going to have this kind of like more difficult delve-like feel. A lot of folks are traumatized by it too, from their experience during Battle for Azeroth. And, you know, I've been saying that a lot of folks, they're taking a look at this experience and they're taking their past trauma and dragging it to the present and making it, and they're kind of owning that and making it their own. So I can't really like do anything to try to psych people out of that, but I'm just trying to present this as cleanly as possible. And then a week of June 3rd, we're going to get Dastardly Duos. Later in the patch cycle, players will be able to experience a new 6-week event, providing a variety of cosmetics, toys, and even some dungeon items while based on the bosses you encounter. Vinny Sweets is promoting Dastardly Duos, where players can step up to take on animatronic versions of past bosses, gain power-ups, and strive for higher and higher scores for bragging rights. You and your party will fight 2 or more bosses at a time to rack up your highest score. There's going to be some different hubs that you can try out. In week 1, there will be 4 bosses available to fight, and each week thereafter, additional bosses will be added to a total of 10 to face. Earning specific achievements will also provide additional game effects from them within the Dastardly Duo. Earn points for kills, rack up a high score for bragging rights. Now, I guess the things to point out. So Dastardly Duos, I know they said that it's going to be like a temporary event. So it looks like it's only going to last a week, 6 weeks, 7 weeks or so. Nightfall has no end date. Horrific Vision has no end date. Of course, the bonus event does have an end date. So I'm feeling a little relieved that both Nightfall and Horrific Visions Revisited sound like they're going to be, quote, evergreen content. So folks that are coming into this, you know, one, they got to wait for Horrific Visions anyway. But for those who just aren't interested or might want to just do it later when they totally overpower the thing, cool. You'll be able to wait until the next season, maybe the next expansion. Hopefully, you know, cross your fingers on that. Same thing goes for Nightfall. It's just going to be there for people to farm up and collect real quick. You know, doing the dailies, doing the weeklies. Same thing with Horrific Visions. With Horrific Visions, at least, you're able to kind of sort of hard farm it. Especially if you happen to just wait for the feature to unlock. I just find it kind of odd that this is coming out like a little bit later. It's going to provide like some additional challenge for people, notably people, I guess, who do delves. But for folks who regularly like do their keys and raids and whatnot, they're not going to see much value out of the gear rewards out of this. They'll do the bare minimum in order to get the included corruptions, like the little enchants that'll give them a little bit more of a DPS bonus and get access to that. And I gotta say, like, it's not very difficult to get that far for those kinds of players who are just looking for that. But this seems to be a pretty accessible patch, you know, cool stuff. I'd say this feels like it's a bit more meaty than the 11.0.5. So with lots to do, that's going to last us until the end of the season. But that's enough for me. What do you guys think? Let us know in a comment below, and I will see you guys for the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.